Hello everyone, welcome back to Tall Tales Custom Tackles. I'm going to do a little video here to touch on basically just try to answer some questions I get. Here lately I've been getting a ton of comments and people asking questions, and I wrote some of them down, and I'm pretty much just going to do this video trying to touch on some of those questions I get. So hopefully it won't be too long and too drug out. I'm fixing to start another, pretty much not real long, but a 7-night stretch. You know, I work midnight, so between that and doing orders during the day, sometimes I don't have a ton of time. So that's why, like, on my days off, I might try to knock out, you know, 2 or 3 videos, and then I might go a week and a half or so without a video. So that's the main reason. All right, we're gonna jump right in. One of the questions I have is, who makes hollow body molds? There's a few companies that have different hollow body molds. The one I have is a crawl mold by BTS. They make, let me get it out, and I ain't going this way, but and I've showed this mold quite a few times in my videos. When you buy this mold, you can see here it comes with these standard size rods, and they just pretty much slide in there. It kind of works like with your core shot, you want to put a little bit of like a oil on these rods so they slide out real easy. But the standard rods that come with it on this style mold, it only makes just the tip hollow, maybe about 3/4 of an inch hollow, and that works a little bit. You know, it'll help your bait stand up a little bit. They do sell this mold solid body and hollow body, but what I did, I went and bought rods and cut them to the length I wanted. So anytime that I need to make these in solid body, you know, because you get customers that don't want a hollow body, I just simply put these in it. It goes right to the tip, and it makes your, you know, your full body baits, and it don't take but just a few seconds to load these. They pretty much stay in place. Your bait don't stick to it, and that works perfect. One other thing I will do, now I'm a big fan of net bait. I like the net bait pocket crawls. Now their hollow bodies are hollow all the way up to about 1/4 inch. So you get because it's a soft body, you get a extremely good hook set with the net bait. So for these, and if I'm making them for myself, or I've had a couple customers want them like that, I had bought rods, cut them to the length I wanted, and I'll show you right here, and that pretty much makes it hollow all the way up to you get a little over 1/4. It's really about 3/8 of an inch, and that gives you a perfect hollow body. You get a great hook set, and your bait has more tendency to want to, if you're trying to fish it on bottom, bouncing on bottom, your bait will stand up more. Personally, I do it just because of the action. The action is really good on these baits. But anyway, I have two of these crawl molds. You know, like I say, I'm a big fan of the crawl mold. It's on the BTS website. Really, they have a couple different sizes. I think they have a 3-inch, and this one's a 3 3/4, which is a all in all perfect size, if you ask me. Alright, let's move on. That answered that question, hollow body molds. Like I say, there's a couple other companies out there that I know makes a, hang on this camera, that I know makes a hollow body mold. These are just the ones I have. Somebody wants to see a little more content on the ringworm, and I've showed it in a few of my past videos, but it's been a while, so I'll shoot it again, and we'll make a couple of baits out of that stuff here in a little bit. I get a ton of questions about the swim bait. You know, it's a 3.8 inch ring swim bait mold. It's also made by BTS. They make great baits. I get a lot of questions because it's such a very expensive mold. These molds, they're like $350, but after shipping, they're like right at $360. It's like $359 and some change for a 4 cavity mold, which is a lot of money. Don't get me wrong, it's a lot of money. I have 2 of these molds. I do plan on buying at least 2 more later on, you know, but they're so expensive I can't just buy them all at one time, so I buy them individual. You know, they're so expensive. But the question I get asked is, what makes them so expensive? Why can't you know, why buy this versus you got other companies like Fat Guys Fishing, I think it was Lure Craft that makes one similar to this. There's I see people talking about the overseas companies, you know, bait molds. Why buy this when you can get, you know, that mold? Well, the reason I like this mold, it's small, compact, and the way it's designed, and try to break it down for you. The way it's designed is, you see how it's shaped right here? The tail, most of your molds that's top port like this, most of your molds, the belly will be down here and the back will be up here, and it only will shoot single colors like this unless you get bait molds that are top inject. And some people like top inject. They're fine. I mean, I've had a couple of them, but you get a better bait performance out of this mold than the top injects I've tried. I mean, I'm not putting them down. I've had, you know, swim bait molds from Fat Guys Fishing that was top inject, and I mean, it just didn't work out for me. I'm not bashing, I'm just saying the mold just didn't perform like I was hoping. But anyway, the way this mold is designed is it will shoot, with how this is laid out, it will shoot perfect bellies and back. Almost, let's see, I know I got some laying around here somewhere. Yeah, hold on, because let me remove the name, because this is a very popular color. I make this color a ton. This color is actually my it's like my watermelon candy grape soda. It's a put that back down there. It's a very popular color. Matter of fact, here's some sprues, and this is actually what I'm gonna cut up here in a little bit. There's from making some orders earlier this morning. I'll cut them up and we'll shoot just a single easy color. But anyway, to answer the question, is the swim bait mold worth it? In my opinion, yes. Honestly, I was very leery at first. I had only seen one other person that had this mold, and I contacted him and was just trying to get some information on it, and he was kind enough to, you know, let me know, yeah, it's worth it. It just depends on what you're doing. If you're just shooting it for your personal use, I mean, honestly, you can buy one of them bait molds overseas. I think they're out of Ukraine, and you know, you'll be fine with a cheaper mold. But I mean, if you're gonna, you know, if it's something you really gonna invest in and try to make quality work, this mold is definitely worth the money in my opinion. If it wasn't, I would not be talking about buying 2 more. All right, moving on. The like I say, we're gonna shoot all. We'll shoot the crawl, the ringworm, and the ring swim bait here in a little bit once we get done touching base on a few things. Okay, another thing I get asked all the time. I honestly get messages all the time on this. So let me angle this back around. I'm using my small little GoPro camera mount that came with it instead of my big one. But anyway, another question I get asked all the time is, where did I get my injector? This is just a 6-ounce bass tackle injector. The handle is just something I made out here one day. I just felt like making one. I mean, you can't find too many that's got a handle, and I've got actually a couple more of these. These are like the handles that you get with a like a grinder or a drill or anything like that. I think this one actually came off of an angle grinder, where, you know, it screws into the side and you're holding it like this, and you got the grinder here, you know. So I got a piece of aluminum plate. That's all it is, just a thin piece of aluminum plate. I mean, you can flex it, but it's fairly strong. I cut out a hole that was just barely smaller. It's smaller than this locking top, but it's got the perfect size where it can go down in there and threads can clear it perfect, you know. So it kind of acts like a washer. Measured it out, figured I wanted it about that far away, drilled it, put a nut on it, and I mean, it's been holding strong now for months, so it ain't came apart yet. It hasn't loosened up yet. When I tighten it down with a pair of channel locks, and I haven't had it loosen up yet. Same with this. When I tighten that down, I haven't had it loosen up yet, and honestly, it works perfect. I've actually got a bigger one. Well, I ain't fixing to dig around for it. I got a bigger one around here somewhere that I've been gonna make for my bigger injector. I just haven't got around to it yet. But anyway, like I say, I get questions about that all the time, and that is just something, you know, simple that really works well, and it works a lot better than trying to hold here, you know. And I don't know, I've done got so used to it. I like it. This is always cool. You don't have to worry if you didn't want to have a glove on, which I recommend always wearing a glove. Mainly because even people that work with plastic every day, sometimes you get a little too comfortable and you will burn yourself. I've burnt myself several times. I've burnt myself on camera a couple times. I mean, you know, I've burnt my hand pretty good a couple times. I've spilled it, you know, down my leg a couple times, where you get real, you know, you start getting busy. You got either music playing, TV going, you start, and it's easy to knock into something or spill it. You know, I've done it. It's gonna happen. Let's see. Okay, we'll try to get it real quick. Somebody wanted to see the action of the jerk bait, and the thing is, I needed to do this while I was on the water, but it's been bad weather. The yard has got water all in it. It's finally starting to dry up. It's been raining for a couple days. We'll see if you can see it. This tank is not the biggest, so it's gonna be hard to get a man, I should have got a better color bait because it really blends in. Well, that right there, I might have to do it. Trying to get where I can. Yeah, I might should. Well, I'll change the bait out here in a minute when we come back, because we're gonna melt this plastic, and then because I can see it fine, but the angle and the light out here, because it's just a nasty day, I'll try to put a brighter bait on here. And I think I got some. I'll put a brighter bait on that should show up on camera better, and then we'll try that again. Or I might just go ahead and, let's see, I'll grab one of these. Yeah, that should show up. All right, just bear with me a second. I'll take this one off, and I'm just rigging it weightless. Matter of fact, I'll drop the camera down, drop the bait down here. I'm gonna go with this color. It should show up a little better. This hook would be a little bit small for this bait, in my opinion. I would actually use a little bit bigger one, about one size bigger. But this is the hook I actually had rigged up for my my ring swim bait the last time I went fishing. So all right, let's see if that was a fail or not. I think that should be brighter. Let me angle the camera again. Tell you what, oh yeah, no, you can see that better. But this tank is real small, so I need to figure out how to, I know you can do it, figure out how to zoom in. Anyway, there you go. It's hard to hold the camera with one hand looking in the lens of it, and then snap the rod and get a there you go. But anyway, this bait, being that it's a jointed bait, what it does is it acts very similar to, say, your standard fluke, but with that joint it'll have a little bit more like wide swirl, and when you snap it back, it'll cut real hard. And I mean, it's got a pretty good action. I will one day try to get a better you know, video of it while I'm actually out on the water. I keep on saying that, but the conditions just been horrible lately. All right, anyway, we're gonna cut these up, and we're gonna pour a couple of these. I do have one more thing. Somebody wanted to see the order process of how I do, like, the start of my orders to completing them and all that. That video would take too long, so I'm gonna touch on the high points of it, and I'll do that when we come back. So all right, we're back. This that actually turned out not bad. Stirred up where you can see what's going on. That actually turned out a little better than I expected. I mean, sometimes you get hidden treasures melting down, you know, old sprues. So that's not bad at all. Let's set that to the side. Let's double check the temperature real quick. I'm gonna see if I can shoot all those molds at one time. Let me pop this back in while I'm getting the injector. I don't need that much time, but I'm gonna attempt to do all of them. It might. Only one way to find out. All right. That should be enough time. Just wanted to, since we're going to be shooting that many molds. All right, we're going to give it a try. We'll see what happens. Should be able to. the injector was cold, so hopefully it'll shoot all on with no problem. Oh, I ran out right there. Damn it. It's alright. We'll heat it's alright. We're gonna still shoot them. I'll use the other injector here in a minute. I'll have to because I already got some in that one when I ran out. If I would have heated up a little bit more, it probably wouldn't have ran out. What it is, there's probably about this much plastic in there that done pretty much cooled off enough. I mean, I should have heated this injector up a little bit. The injector was cold when I done it, so well, it's all right. You can't win them all. We got these. Hopefully they poured good, and we'll see how that color turned out. That color actually looks pretty cool. I'm not going to complain about it. It does look nice. And on the crawl baits, what I decided to do, I did one where they were I done basically one of them the full hollow body, and I done one with like two of them, the short hollow body and then the solid. So I haven't done them like that before, where I've had two different rods in one, but it should work just fine. Anyway, that color, like I say, that color turned out pretty good. If this one wasn't, well, you know, I could go ahead and shoot that one and we'd just get one mold. You know what, let me check the temperature. As long as this temperature is good, then we'll go ahead and just shoot that one. Oh yeah, that temperature just fine. Let me grab my other injector, see if I can. And you hear that all the time. What that is me, I like to cycle back and forth to make sure it's good, you know, there's nothing, you know, blocking. And with this mold, this ring swim bait, you get your best results if you can like shoot it slow. Sometimes I get, you know, especially you get started going, sometimes you get all them sprues are good. Sometimes you'll get wound up and be wanting to just, you know, shoot the hell out of them. But you will get better results with it if you shoot it slow. Like right there, I probably should have slowed down a little bit more, but you know, it should be fine. Especially like the temperature then was a little bit, I'll say a little bit hot. It was about 340, so it the hotter your temperature, the faster it'll want to shoot. Personally, I like to shoot most of the time around 315. I usually say that anywhere 310, 320, anywhere in there is what I consider where I like to shoot at. Versus some molds does better at hotter temperature, some at colder temperatures. I know I've said that dozens of times on my videos. Anyway, this is one of those molds that does better at slow, steady, you know. Anyway, we'll give this a minute and see what they look like. Of course, these are probably about ready. I mean, this one still needs a minute. I can't let it off because I just injected this one. But anyway, well, while we're maybe that's not a terrible angle, I can't tell. I'll stick it over there. There we go. While we're down waiting on that and I clean out these injectors, I'll talk a little bit about like one of the other questions I had was my orders. All right, the way I do it, and I've had people ask me numerous times, do I have a website? No, I don't have a website. I technically do all my stuff on Facebook and Instagram. About 90, at least probably 95% of my stuff is on Facebook. You know, that's where I do most of my my orders. You know, I do have a lot of local, I mean not local, a lot of like loyal customers that do contact me, and they just contact me. Either they'll text me, or I got a couple older gentlemen that that they don't text me. I will just receive I'll receive a letter in the mail with either a check, money order, you know, and they'll write down what they want. I want so many of this and this color, thank you, you know, that kind of stuff. And it's, or you know, they'll say however many baits I can get with this much money. You know, there's a couple older gentlemen that aren't very savvy when it comes to technology. You know, they don't have you know, these Venmo, Cash App, PayPal. You know, they don't have stuff like that, so they deal with old school, you know, checks and stuff. So I do get that sometime, you know, from customers. Anyway, typically the way my stuff works, I'm trying to break it down the easiest way in that question. Most of the time, you'll contact me on Facebook Messenger, whether if it's on my business account or if it's on my personal account. You'll pretty much ask me what I carry, and like I say, pretty much all my stuff is made to order. Man, that weather is getting bad out there. It's thundering. Anyway, all my stuff pretty much right now, I still make it, you know, I make it to order. So you'll decide what you want, how many you want, because I pretty much offer my stuff in 25 packs, 50 packs, 75 packs, 100 packs on up. The reason I start at 25 packs is because shipping is so expensive. For example, I can ship you a 25 pack for the same price I can ship you a 10 or 12 pack, you know. So once in a while I'll have somebody ask me, hey, can I get a 12 pack of this? I have no problem with that. But honestly, for a couple of dollars more, I can sell you a 25 pack, because you're going to pay the same price for shipping for 12. Pretty much you're going to pay for a 25 pack. And when I say close, I mean it's within a few cents. I've tried it too many times. I can put a 12 pack in there, weigh it, ship it, and then do a 25 pack, weigh it and ship it, and you might get a 40-cent difference. It is not much difference in them. It's really not. The only time it starts weighing up is if you're over 13 ounces, then it jumps up, and from there you might as well jump up to a I'll show you. You might as well jump up to all this up here is my shipping boxes, and I've got more down there. This is full of shipping stuff. I got more shipping boxes down here. I use a ton of these. You know, these are just your standard priority mail envelopes. I use a lot of I don't use too many of the large flat rates. I do, but not very often. I use a ton of medium. I never use these. I actually only get these. This is the small box. The only time I use this is if I'm shipping a mold or something like that I'm selling. I will actually put it in this, and I know this is cheating the system. I will put it in this, and then I will put that into a large flat rate envelope just to save a few cents, you know. Like I say, I know that's cheating, but whatever. You do your thing, I'll do mine. Like my smaller orders with you know, 25 packs. If I do a lot of auctions. So if I do an auction where it's say 24 baits or up to about 30 baits, I'll ship them this. When I do the bigger auctions, or if you buy say a 50 pack, it goes in a flat rate envelope. Another way I do it, like with auctions, I usually don't and my area is messy, and I'm gonna remove these because I ain't trying to show people's names. All right, this is one order that's got to go out, and this is an order. And yeah, I did use one of these earlier, and I'll tell you why. I always shoot extra baits. Like this is a order for 50. All right, so there's about 29 or 30 baits right here. I think they were 30, so they should be 29 left. I always shoot extra because, you know, you try to do quality control. You know, once in a while you might have one slip by you, but it's very rare that I will send, that weather's getting bad, it's very rare that I will do an order and only send 50 baits. Like, oh, you place an order for 50 baits, usually I'm going to try to send you an extra one. Or, you know, like instead of a 25 pack and 25 pack, I'll try to do at least 26 in it, because you never know, you might overlook one. So you always try to do that for quality control. The next thing I do is I get my old trusty worm oil. I use just a standard Lure Works worm oil. I get this old pan out and I keep it wrapped up, and each time between each bait I wipe it out, so they get counted. They should never be miscounted, because for one, I count them up here. When I put them in this pan, I count them, and then from here, and this drawer has my different size, and I need to do a better job of organizing, and I will once I get everything laid out. But you know, I got like 4 different size bags in here. I got 6x4s, I got 8x5s, 7x4s. I got some 5x3s. This is for my real small, like 3-inch grubs. And I got some 5x4s. And honestly, I have these right here, cheap bags. I use those for a lot of times if I got extra baits, you know, I always have extra baits. So if I got extra baits, I will throw in some bonus baits if I can, you know, like a few of maybe a few crawls or a few worms or something I got extra. I'll try to throw in, you know, a few bonus baits when I can. Sometimes I don't get to. I mean, you're always going to get more than you pay for, because I always try to add extra. With that being said, the only time I don't do that, and I can't do that, is when I do an auction on, like, you know, one of these little groups on Facebook, and the auction goes real low. I always send what the auction went for, because a lot of times if it goes for less than what I was hoping for, then I'm really not making enough money to send extra stuff. But you always try to make the customer right. And of course, you got the business card set up here, the little bags. You know, you got labels, crap like that. You know, I'll get better organized one day. I got them stacked over there, but I'll show you. But anyway, you know, for ones that I send to, you know, like standard orders, a lot of times I'll try to put labels on them. You know, for like standard orders. Auctions, I never put them on auctions, because, you know, I'm not, that's just you're getting what you bid for. And a lot of my loyal customers that constantly buy from, I very seldom ever put a label on it, because they just want the baits, you know. So anyway, that's just a little overview of how I do that. Like I said, I'm not going to go in detail. I'm not going to show. I'll show you this, okay? Because the person that asked that question might be watching. For example, these baits right here, they will get these bags right here, 6x4. Those baits will fit perfect in there. So what I will do, I will put 25 or 26, however many I decide to put in here. I'll put them in there. All you do is put a few drops of worm oil, toss them around, and they are ready to go. Then bag them, and once you bag them, slide them in an envelope. For example, these, they won't fit in this envelope, so you'll put them in one of those bigger envelopes up there. Anyway, you'll slide the bags in the envelope. From there, I'll go on the computer, I'll put their information in. You know, you have a account. You know, I got an account with United States Postal Service. I'll go in there, I'll put their name, address, how much it's worth, because you always want to have insurance on it, because stuff will get damaged and that will save you in the long run. And then all you do, once you do it online, you can just take and drop it off at the post office. Or you can, if you don't have an account, you can just take, and that's why I have these for, because once in a while I'll still do that. You can just fill this out, slap it on the front, go to the post office, and they'll handle that part, pay for it, drop it off, and you're good to go. And that's the process. Take a picture of the receipt with the tracking number, send it to the customer. You know, that way they can keep up with it. You know, and if it don't show up on time, your customer will let you know. I mean, especially like the last few months when shipping was really crazy. I mean, you get messages all the time, hey, this hasn't showed up yet. Well, everything's slowed down. Anyway, hope that answered. I don't remember who asked the question. I wrote it down so I can keep up with it. Hopefully that answered that question, and now we can get back on track and keep this video from being an hour long. Set that one to the side. We'll do these first and see how they came out. Wow, that color actually turned out really, really cool. That color actually turned out pretty nice. But this is the full, and you see how easy that's coming off. That's because you want to lube those rods. But this right here, and see if you can see, yeah, it's hollow all the way up to about where my finger is. So these right here are real nice and hollow. You'll get a really, really good hook set. Slide this out real quick. This one, well, I'm actually impressed with that color. That's actually a pretty cool color. This one is gonna have two of the short, then two of the standard. You can see it's only that deep in there. Slide it out. Slide it out. Alright. Let's pop them off real quick. So two of these, like you can see right here, this one is a solid body. You know, I sell the solid body as you know, punch crawls. So if you order punch crawls from me, that's what it is. It's the solid, and this right here is the standard hollow, which is hollow to that point right there. But anyway, that color right there is unique. I'll definitely have to remember that color. All right, let's break these ringworms. Oh man, that right there is, that's the winning ticket right there. That color right there in that bait. Wow, holy cow. Yeah, now like I said, sometimes you'll get you'll get treasures, and that is definitely a treasure. I will I'll have to remember sprues from, wow, yeah, I'll have to definitely remember sprues from those two baits right there, sprayed grass and the watermelon candy grape soda will make a pretty cool color. If it wasn't for this video, I would have never thought about putting those colors together. Yeah, that's a winner right there. So the person that was wanting to see the ringworm a little more in depth, I hope this satisfied your curiosity. This color certainly satisfied mine. I mean, that is just, I know I'm going on and on like a little kid, but anyway, that's pretty good. All right, let's check this last one out, and I'll try to show you more in depth with this mold again. All right, you see how right there it's designed, and I should have shot this on a laminate so you can better understand, but see, that's the belly. Every other mold out there that shoots top inject like this, when it comes down, if you try to shoot a laminate with the standard ones, you only gonna get the sides different color, because every other one I've seen, the tails are facing down. You know, like the belly would be here and the back would be there. And this is the only company I've seen that makes a mold just like this. And that is honestly why they have to charge so much. I mean, that's an ingenious idea. And I've already contacted them, and matter of fact, I'll probably send them another email about making different sizes. I mean, trying to get in the camera. You know, you got your hook slot in the back. It's just an awesome mold. I mean, I will definitely be buying more. I'm trying to get them to, and we'll look at this one. This is the one that I ran out on, so you see where it was a big fail. That way you don't think I'm not trying to show you failures. You can see I ran out on this one before it even got anywhere near filled up. But anyway, I contacted them about making that mold, but in the 2.8 inch, so the size smaller. I don't know if they would be able to do it. They should be able to make it in a like a 5 cavity, I would think, at least a 5 cavity. But anyway, they told me they was checking in on it, and of course that was a couple months ago, so I'll actually contact them and see if they're still talking about it, or if they just can't make it work. I don't see why they can't. I know it's a lot of work, but I believe they would sell a bunch of those molds, especially, I mean, that price frame. If they could make it a 5 cavity instead of a 4 cavity, I believe it would sell. I mean, I know I would buy a couple of them. You know, because I get asked all the time about the 2.8 inch, and you know, I don't have them. You can order the mold similar to it from overseas, and I refuse to buy another one after the disaster I've got. Matter of fact, while we was on the phone or recording, you know, I've been messaging somebody that's talking about molds, and they just ordered that mold right there to try out, because they ordered one from baitmolds.com, and they said they haven't sent it back, that it will not, they cannot get it to shoot a bait at all. Like, it's a fail every single time. And I can understand that. I've seen people that had good luck with them, but I know the one I got, and I've modified it a couple of times, and I've got it where it's shooting a lot better. I need to modify it a little bit more to get it to shoot where I can have a actual working bait. and it is coming down out there. It's been horrible weather the last few days. Anyway, I think that pretty much answered all the questions. Hopefully that answered all the questions. If I missed one of your questions, or you know, just bear with me, because you know, I go back and try to answer every question I can. I try to send you a, you know, I try to comment back on every question I see. There's a lot of them, so if I skipped you, bear with me and just ask again. I mean, I'll see it. But anyway, I appreciate you watching. I know this video is going to be long. I hope it answered a few of your questions. So anyway, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. Check us out on Instagram, Facebook, under Tall Tales Custom Tackles. You can always contact me on my personal page, Eric Gilly. You know, if you want to, you know, I ain't trying to advertise, but if you're one of those people that ask about how do you purchase something that I make, just the easiest way is to hit me up on Facebook or Instagram, you know, and send me a message, and we'll figure out what you're looking for, and we'll go from there. All right, well, I'm gonna wrap this up. Thank you for watching. We'll catch you next time.